All right, guys, we got another song by Drake here. I've already listened to it, but I'm gonna get into some of the lyrics and just my thoughts of what's happened after this. It's sort of ironic. I feel like the last song Kendrick did was like he kind of pulled like a Drake on Drake, like he made the hit song this song, and then right here we got Drake kind of pulling a Kendrick onto Kendrick. He did his song, The Heart Part 6, which I think he chose to do this because Kendrick did like the time stamped song before. Um, and he usually this like this is something you would expect from Kendrick. Like the beat that it's sampled from is Let Me See You Prove It. Or the song is just called Prove It, I think. Um, but like that's what he's saying. He's like, you got to prove the stuff you're talking about. Like that's some I would see Kendrick doing something like that. Like that guy gets so deep into even the beats that are made. Like one of his songs was produced by like Taylor Swift's producer, and this was after Drake made the Taylor made freestyle. So like Kendrick thinks of stuff like that. Um, but let's break down some of the lyrics on here. Um, for the most part, this song is just Drake kind of batting against the allegations, which, man, when I did hear the Not Like Us song, I'm like, bruh, like, you've got to say something about it. Like, if this is not true, like, you need to freaking say this is not true. Um, which he does mention on here. He's like, this is even beyond, like, the Predator stuff, but he's just like, where's the paperwork at the cabinet it was filed in? 1090 Jake would have took all the walls down. The streets would have had me hiding out in a small town. A Montreal Connect stand up, not fall down. The ones you're getting the stories from, they're all clowns. Um, which man, this is kind of like the craziest thing to me. If this part is actually true, um, he says we plotted for a week and then fed you the information. A daughter that's 11 years old. I bet he takes it. We thought about giving a fake name or a destination, but you're so thirsty. You're not concerned with investigation. Instead, you in Advantage Studio. It's a celebration. You gotta learn to fact check things and be less impatient. Your fans are rejoicing, thinking this is my expiration. Uh, so pretty much he's saying like these guys planned out giving Kendrick this like fake information about the daughter like that he's supposed to have. Uh, which if he really did this, I mean, man, that is pretty crazy. I would not have expected something like that. I don't know, forward like ahead of the game thinking like from Drake. Like, dang, he's thinking into it this deep. Um, and it kind of makes sense to me because from the beginning, Kendrick has been saying like, "What if you got somebody in your camp that's working for me? What if you got a mole?" Like he's like poking that at Drake, and if it's like all along Drake like planned for this to happen, like they were, he knew they were texting him and like giving him fake stuff. I mean, man, that's crazy. And they said like even the picture that like they got that from him too, like it was just all fake. um, let's see further down here. Okay, this is the part like I still agree with this sentiment here. Why isn't Whitney denying all these allegations? Why is she following Dave Free and not Mr. Morale? So like that's his manager, like Drake was saying, is like he has the kid with. But man, I've seen almost nobody want Kendrick to come out and like deny these beating the wife allegations. Like, dude, Kendrick, the next song you make, dude, I need you to say this stuff is false. If this is like, please, bro, you gotta say this is not real, dude. Um, Cause like I've been saying, like dog, if everything that these guys have been saying about each other is both true, like bro, you guys are both pretty messed up. Um, so yeah, I need him to deny that or to have Whitney come out say it's not true. He also said something about like you haven't seen your kids in 6 months, um, which like yeah, they do have a good relationship. Him and this girl, I guess his wife, but like they just been engaged for forever. I don't know what to say really. His in long fiance. Like, they do have a good relationship. It'd be like, why haven't you seen your kid in this long? So I like to address him with that too, because I mean, he's been going hard about how Drake, it's kind of like not in his kid, like, or for Adonis at least. I guess the other kid he was talking about, it was just all falsified. This stuff makes this whole battle really weird now because it's like Meet the Grams. Like, I guess that song is almost obsolete. Like, if that was really just all fake and he got tricked into doing it. Um, and then even the last song, like the Not Like Us, that song is still a banger. Like, it's still a good freaking song. But like the biggest highlight of that song to me was the whole thing about the predator allegations and the part where he's like, you're trying to strike a chord and it's probably a minor. Like, that was such a good bar. But it's like, I mean, if it's not true, I guess like, it doesn't really freaking matter. You know what I mean? Um, but at the same time, all we hear from this is Drake denying it. The Epstein angle was what I expected. TikTok videos you collected and dissected. Instead of being on some disdirect stuff, you rather grab your pen and misdirect stuff. Uh, he said something later about like, I'm too famous for if this stuff was to be true. Like, I would have been caught. Like, I've been arrested. Uh, which, like, I'm glad he is denying it. Like, bro, like, that is not something you can just skip over. Like, you need to say that's not true, or else like that looks really bad on you. But it's still just like words versus words. Like, I don't know if Kendrick somehow has some information on like some freaking case that nobody knows about with him and something happening with a kid. Um, if that would come out, like, then it's still like, dang, Drake, like you're done. I feel like, man, really a lot of this, ultimately who wins, I feel like it's still gonna come down to who's actually got the receipts, like who can prove or disprove the other person. Because really, it's just all words. Even at this point, it's still all words. Like, even the stuff Drake is saying, like, we plotted for a week and tricked you into thinking this. Like, I mean, could he show like text messages or emails or something from that? Because I mean, like, as of now, even that is still just talk, really. Um, Something else interesting is after this song came out, Kendrick did not delete Meet the Grams, but he did delete 616 in LA. Um, so kind of interesting he would delete that. I do think Kendrick has another song planned. Like, dude, he's got to have stuff in the bag, bro. This guy's probably got a whole album of just songs hating on Drake. like he was prepared for this stuff. He does not like this guy at all. Then he brings attention to like the Mother I Sober song, which he says, wait a second, I thought that's the record where you got molested. I just made the connection. This trauma is from your own confessions. Like, that's why he's like going for the predator angle so hard. But like, I'm pretty sure in that song, really he was saying something happened to his mom when she was a kid, and they were trying to like assume something happened to him, but he was saying like nothing actually happened to him. So I don't know. I guess he has dealt with like stuff regarding the topic though. Maybe that's what he's getting at. Yeah, here it is. If I was messing with young girls, I promise I'd have been arrested. I'm way too famous for the stuff you suggested. Oh, and then he has something on here. If you're still bumping R. Kelly, you can thank the Savior. Said if they deleted his music, then you're deleting your music. Like, he's just saying that he's a hypocrite. I have looked into that. It was really his manager, I think, was saying that, not actually Kendrick himself. I guess you could still make the argument Kendrick's been talking about people that's around Drake, and this is a guy that's around Kendrick, so it's kind of, I guess, still bad from that standpoint. Um, but I don't know, it's not directly Kendrick that was saying that. This part of the end was kind of funny. He wasn't actually like rapping on this part. He was just talking at the end. He's like, "You would be a worthy competitor if I was really a predator, and you weren't lying to every blog and editor." Um, Man, where does he say something about? Yeah, at least your fans can get some raps out of you. I'm happy I can motivate you. So I'm interested to see where it goes from here. Like, did Kendrick really get tricked? Like, was he actually the master manipulator all along, but he was manipulating Kendrick? Like, I don't know. I think this is a good response. He does go at all the stuff that came out from the last song. He even flipped the A minor bar. Ah, man, where was it? You mentioned the A minor, but you gotta be sharp. Tell the fans who was it. You thought you left D flat, D major. I slit your throat with the razor and do Rick Ross air like that one fright from Malaysia. I'm your baby mama screensaver. I mean, he had some good comebacks on here too. On top of the just denying, the allegations and stuff. But I don't know that this puts him up really. Like this is just kind of. I feel like it puts him where like he's not lost, like he's not down for the count yet. Just because he's saying almost all the stuff Kendrick's been throwing at him is not true. Like the stuff about the Predators, that was the big highlight from the last song. He's saying that's not true, and then also saying the whole thing about the big surprise daughter. He's like, we tricked you into saying that's all false too. So I mean, if that stuff is all not true, it's kind of like dang, he took a lot of the fire out, from those last few disses. But I'll be honest, as far as just the rapping, like who's had the better kind of like bars and stuff, and just shown better like actual rapping lyrical skill. And some of the bars Kendrick had on Euphoria, I still feel like he could still, really be on top. Like, just who's rap better so far? I still would say Kendrick. Like the line about you say it's 20v1. It's really 1v20 if I got to go against like your Ghost Riders. Like, dude, that's kind of a dagger freaking bar. Like, I don't know what he can really say against that because like you have been exposed for having Ghost Riders. Um, there's a lot of bars on that song that's good. The one about I hope they're my real friends. If not, I'm Y and W Melly. Let your core audience stomach where you got your abs from. Um, like I don't know, there's just a lot of tough bars on that song. But I'll give Drake his credit. He has been fighting back against the claims and the points that Kendrick has been making. Um, yeah, I don't know. I feel like really who actually wins the whole allegation tossing. Like, bro, we got to see who comes out with the receipts to either prove or disprove one or the other first. I mean, I guess Drake's kind of disproving the daughter thing with this, but this is, I mean, it's still just talk, bro. Like, we haven't seen any actual exchanges between them, of them tricking him. But if that's true, I mean, that is pretty crazy. He did trick him into making the whole song. But I don't know, man. As of right now, I'm still saying who has been rapping better. I'd have to give it to Kendrick, but Drake has come out with some good stuff himself. And man, I really need to know from Kendrick or from Whitney, somebody's got to say whether these beating the wife allegations is false or not, man. Because I mean that's pretty tough, dude. I know he talked about the cheating on that last album, and as bad as that is, it's not like you're physically harming the woman. Like that's kind of hard for me to stomach if that's really happening, or if it really has happened. I guess I don't know if it's actively happening now, but yeah, we'll see where it goes from here. I think the "Not Like Us" song sounds better than this one, but it's like if all the stuff on "Not Like Us" is not true, I'm like, I guess I don't know. Like how much does that really matter? You know what I mean? I would just say the beef is not like it's not done. I don't think Drake has necessarily won from this, just because, like I said, man, some of the stuff that came from Euphoria, like just the actual rapping ability, like the technical aspects of it. I think Kendrick's still up on as far as that goes, but all the actual allegations, which the beef has went to just like who's the worst person, and like I've been saying since they started throwing out all this crazy stuff, I'm like, dude, it's really just whoever is actually telling the truth, who's lying, which we still don't know at this point. So I feel like that's still up in the air. We're gonna have to hear back from Kendrick Lamar what he'll say, if he'll deny this stuff or not. Which man, I think I probably said this when I was on live reacting to the "Not Like Us" song. It's like he did touch on a lot of the points Drake made, except that one about the woman being and stuff, which as much of a Kendrick fan as I am, dude, like I can't just like slide past that, bro. Like I do need you to say something about that. I'm trying to think, is there anything else we should cover from this? Well, I guess one more thing I would bring up is I know he was talking about Kendrick was talking about Baca, one of like Drake's guys on the last song, and one of my guys sent me an article on what happened with that. Did read through it. It looks like the trafficking allegations actually did get dropped because the woman like she just refused to testify. That doesn't necessarily mean like it absolutely didn't happen. Just I don't know, maybe they like scared her into not testifying. Like I don't really know. But he's not actually been what's the word? He's been accused of it, but I guess he didn't get convicted. Like it would end up being dropped. He was just charged. He didn't actually get convicted. So I guess he beat the case, you could say. So I don't know. As much as I like the Not Like Us song, and like the song just it is a banger. It's just like, bro, if all the stuff you're hurling is not true, it's like I guess it doesn't really matter. And that's what I've been saying since Drake came out with Family Matters, and then Kendrick responded with Meet the Grams, and then Not Like Us. It's like, dude, like you guys can each say like terrible things about each other, but ultimately it's like who's telling the truth and who's just talking, really. But like the video if you guys like it, man. Comment what you guys think, who you guys think is winning. Subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. I'm trying to get to 200 subscribers. I'll definitely make a video whenever we get the next Kendrick response. So appreciate everybody for watching. Thanks.